Perhaps Ritual Beast is better than I thought it was. And Secret Forces or the Triforce thing in the OCG, I looked at it and you saw what Necros did, obviously. You saw what the Yusinjus did, obviously. And then you looked at Ritual Beast. At least this is what I did. I'm like, okay. I typically don't discount a deck or an archetype just because something's better than it. But I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I didn't think it was going to amount to nothing. Of course, people want to play it. And even when I played it like early on in the cycle, I didn't really understand the combos. Ritual Beast has that strength that there are a lot of combos and things to remember. And in a given match, you're probably not going to remember everything. There's so many things to consider. Even throwing something simple as a Zephyr and Pelican in the deck. You just play one of it, but that just adds like something else to remember. How many ones were special summon? What did he search for? Et cetera, things like that. It's so easy for a Ritual Beast player to cheat somebody. I'm not saying that you're about that, but some people are. Now, that even being said, I think it's being over complicated by people that just don't bother to figure out how the deck works. Now, I used to gain some bit of joy, a bit of fulfillment in my early years. This was like 2 years ago, but I liked going through the steps, figuring out what works, making a deck that caters towards the steps, and then you get rewarded for those steps. And you mainly got rewarded because your opponent didn't know exactly what to do because this archetype I'm talking about is Madolche, and at the time people was like, this sucks. It's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do the combo thing and stuff like that. You probably seen it enough times. And what could my opponent do? By the time you thought you could have responded, it's too late. I think the same things with Ritual Beast. Seeing as I did that before with a previous archetype, I'm on Infernoids now. I'm all about playing Reasoning and milling a bunch of Infernoids. Oh shoot, I got a big one in the grave. I'ma summon that thing. I'm not about the complexity anymore. Ritual Beast is for those people apparently that still like that. And that's not a problem. Y'all can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I have slightly underestimated the deck. But let's just be serious here. Why would anybody in general really care that much about Ritual Beast? It's not as powerful as Necros or as consistent as Necros. It isn't as explosive as something like Infernoids. It isn't really like overly powerful. Ritual Beast is one of the decks or the archetypes that are pretty well rounded in what they do. They have monster removal. They have an ability to get big monsters on the field, run over your opponent's monsters, swarm the board, stuff. They have a whole lot of these things that wouldn't be able to be accomplished in other archetypes if they focused on just that one thing. Ritual Beasts are like fair, I think, but they're like on a borderline of fair. Like if you had like a fair deck, Ritual Beasts would probably be less fair than that, but they're not like even really like overpowered. They're just right there on the border. This deck is damn sure not for everybody, but for those that do like it, more power to you. I ain't about all those remembering things, and I've tried it out, and I figured it out after seeing a guide or two or something on the deck, and I don't know everything. Surprise. It sucks if you don't have anything for the steeds, because that steeds is actually something that I underestimated. It is pretty damn annoying on how it works. It only blows up the monsters and checks the monsters on resolution. So if there's a Ritual Beast fusion out, you'll be like, I'm gonna play steeds, and then I'm gonna tag out. I think that also has to do with decks not being prepared against Ritual Beasts. You're focused on Necros. And since Ritual Beasts in comparison to Necros aren't played as much or as highly represented, people aren't going to actually be like, I need to have a game plan if I play Ritual Beast, right? Like, if they even play non-banishing cards, it's not specifically for Ritual Beasts. It's usually for the better deck, which is Necros. Ritual Beasts are all right in my book. I'm not going to play them. It's too much work. I'd rather just summon a big dumb idiot that just hit you in the mouth. And people are like that. And that's fine. So on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you would like to support me in some shape or form, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out your day and click an advertisement. Money goes towards rent, of course. I'd be grateful, appreciative, and I say thank you very much in advance if you can find some time to do that.